Okay, so if you have read through this question, you realize this question, for example 3, it looks slightly longer, and there are actually two tables. So always make sure you read the information. So in this example, we got two brands of toothpaste, and they are sold in three shops, and they show the price. So the price over the 2 years. And like I mentioned, if the information is information is tabulated, so we actually won't change the order. We will just take the arrangement as it is. So for part 1, your job is to evaluate the subtraction of the metric. So you are using metric Q to subtract metric P. So the subtraction is quite easy. You are subtracting position by position. So Q minus P. So you can do the subtraction. So there's nothing spectacular about the subtraction. Okay, so if you do that, you should be able to get the answer. So you look at individual entry. Make sure you match the position. Okay, so you will be getting this. Here will be a 0 because it's the same price. And then 130 minus this will be 20 cents. And here is 30 cents. So in actual fact, you are using the price of 2017 to minus the price of 2016. So actually, what does the numbers represent? So you can describe the answers. There are 6 numbers in the matrix. So of course, you can choose not to explain each of the numbers. So you can say something like, the answer represents the price increase from 2016 to 2017. The price increase of the toothpaste from 2016 to 2017, or you can say the price difference. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, the reason why I can use price increase is because when I do the subtraction in this case, everything is positive. That means, right, from 2016 to 2017, there is a price increase. Okay, if there's a price decrease, then of course we'll get some negative number. Okay, now part B is the one that's a bit difficult. So you're supposed to write down the metric. They didn't even want you to do the multiplication. So you're supposed to write down a metric that will give for each brand of toothpaste. So there are 2 brands of toothpaste. So there are 2 brands of toothpaste. The total cost of buying 20 tubes. Okay, I think they forget to type in this part from each shop. The total cost of buying 20 tubes from each shop. So you might need to think what is the metric that you are trying to get. So in a way, right, I'm trying to get something like this. I'm trying to get, so this is Sparkle, and then 2 brands. I need to find the total cost of 2 brands. So Sparkle and then Fresh. So I must end with a 2 times 1 metric. So I must end with a 2 times 1 metric. Okay, but then, right, Q, if you observe Q is already Q is 2 times 3 metric. So this is the 2 times 3 metric, and I need to multiply by M so that I can have a 2 times 1 metric. Okay, we'll think backwards in this sense. So how am I going to get a 2 times 1 metric when Q is already a 2 times 3 metric? So the only way is a 3 times 1 metric. I need to match these 2, and this will be the 2 times 1. So you got to think of what you are getting first. You work backwards. Then now you realize that M should be a 3 times 1 matrix. So this is how a 3 times 1 matrix looks like. So what should be the information of the 3 times 1? Okay, so you need to think about it. So in order to facilitate the thinking, it will be easier if you write out the matrix Q. So to remember, this one is from the shop A, B, C. And then you are getting 20 from each shop. So this is the idea. This is the thing that I would like. So to fulfill the matrix multiplication, it should be 20, 20. So you think about it this way. From the first row, I buy 20 from shop A, 20 from shop B, 20 from shop C. And these are the numbers for sparkle. Then if you observe, right, it will be the same thing for fresh. So 20 from shop A, 20 from shop B, 20 from shop C. So eventually you will get two numbers. You will get these two numbers. Then this is the one to represent sparkle. And then this is the one to represent fresh. So you're supposed to give the total for two brands. Okay, so what are you supposed to answer? You are only going to answer the metric Q. The metric M. They didn't ask you to multiply. So do you need to multiply? No need. So you don't need to multiply. You just have to answer them. What is your M? So this should be the thinking process. So the thinking process requires you to think backwards. So you must know what is the end product first. So from here, after the thinking process, you just need to answer what is your Q, what is your M. So M will be 20, 20, 20. You actually don't need to show your thinking process, but you need to be able to process in this way. So it's actually backward processing. We process from the aim that we want. So we aim to have the total for two brands. So I know the N metric, and then I work backwards, but I must still fulfill the metric multiplication technique, the row times column idea. So this is a bit more difficult than the basic two ones, basic first two examples.